Welcome to the channel. Today we're covering two amazingly scenic trails and some know before you go if you're debating these yourself. If you're trailering a machine to the trail to ride this is going to be the kind of staging area right there in the backdrop there. Now to get to the start of the staging area that you see here, or to start the trail if you're street legal, you're going to go to Toquerville City, go down Toquerville Boulevard. Spring Drive is going to be off to the right. You're going to go down that road. It's a little bumpy, but nothing too crazy to pull a trailer down. And you'll see that staging area off to the right. Or you'll keep going if you're going to drive the trail in a street legal machine. What vehicle you need for the trails I'm going to show, I'm going to break them down into three sections as far as recommendations. The first section is going to be us going to the falls. What I'm showing here to the falls, I would recommend a four-wheel drive, decent clearance SUV. As long as it's not super wet or anything, I don't think you need aggressive tires or anything like that. If I was in a stock Jeep Wrangler or a Toyota 4Runner, I would have no hesitation to take somebody to the falls in that type of vehicle. Now, a couple spots, me and Desert are just playing around. We're running the harder optional lines off of the main trail, just playing around. Coming up, you'll see the easier section of the trail that if you was in a fairly stock vehicle, that's what you'd want to take, maybe not some of these little offshoots. That would be my recommendation if you did the trail the easiest way, which would be go down to the falls and come back the same way. Now, if you decide to make a loop of the trail to drop back in, that's where I would say a little bit more clearance, maybe a better tire, you're going to have to be a little bit more of a driver for that. So I would go from like a 1 to a 2 to maybe a 5-ish on that. You're going to do a couple of crossings, stuff like that. Some stuff that a novice person may get a little uneasy about, especially depending on the capabilities of what machine they're driving. I would still do that in a high clearance SUV, but I would want a skid plate and a little bit better tire than straight tread. Now, the third and the most difficult section is going to be the Rattlesnake Gulch trail if you decide to go down that. I'll go into some more details about it along with showing some mapping for the different breakdowns. If you're in a nicer vehicle and you're debating doing Rattlesnake Gulch, you probably want to watch the rest of this video just so you get an idea of what you're getting into and if that's something you would want to take your rig down. Now up ahead, unfortunately, somebody had a bad day with the Polaris RZR and broke. However, seeing this clip should put you at ease if you're debating doing the easy going up to the falls and coming back. This is a truck towing a trailer with the broken side-by-side in the back. So again, this isn't that crazy of a trail. Now, again, once you start doing the loop, that's where you start picking up some difficulty on this trail. Now, as far as navigating to the falls itself, if you're just going to go down and back, Google Maps actually seems to have that part fairly laid out when I was playing around with it. Now, I would recommend having some type of offline tracking regardless, even if that's just what you're trying to do there. Just in case you X out of navigation, at least you know how to get back if you get kind of confused. There's a few cutoffs and little different turnoffs that you could go. Now, for offline navigation, there is three that I played around with that I would recommend. One is Onyx mapping for this section, Gia GPS, and Avenza with the Car2 tracks for this area. All will get you around pretty well. Now, Rattlesnake Gulch that we're going to do, that's probably a 5 or 6, maybe some people would consider it a 7. Now, with it, you're doing a lot of creek crossings with fairly large size rocks. I'm on a KRX with 35s. This is shortly after getting the machine. I did not have skid plates on it yet, and there was a couple cringe moments for me where I would drop in the water and hit a rock up against my frame or something like that. And then, in the back of my mind, right drop off potentially would catch a casing or engine cover or something like that. So I would recommend skid plates. If I had my stock Pioneer with the skid plates, I would still run this whole section. Actually a little bit more confident. I might get a little bit high center in a spot or two, but having the skid plate was my main cause of concern for that trail. If you're driving a nice JK or 4Runner or something like that, there's a spot or two that might get a little tight, you might get a little trail rash there, and I'll show those in different clips throughout that section. So if you are debating, watch it, figure out if this is a good pick for you or something you'd prefer to avoid. And with creek bases like that, it's changing all the time. So a spot I might drop off and there's a fairly large size rock. A couple weeks later, that rock may be in a completely different location or a new one may be an issue. So the key takeaway is either have fairly decent clearance or a skid plate for the vital important stuff, depending on your clearance. If you're 2.5 feet up in the air, you're probably not going to have an issue with anything. That 12 to 20 inches of clearance, somewhere in there, you may scrape or rub up against something. And this is a map reference, so when you see the green, that is the down and back section I'm talking about to the falls. That's the easier section. The blue dashes, that's that intermediate section there. And then the red dashes going down, that is the Rattlesnake Gulch, which is the most difficult section I'm going to show out of the trails that we rode today. And as we hit each one of those sections, I will notate we have started it. That way, when you're in the different sections, and I'll break it down in the tabs, you know what section that we're in, and you can kind of be a judge for yourself. Now, if you're wondering about how long it's going to take to do this trail, the ratings are generally around 4-ish hours to do the Falls Trail or Rattlesnake Gulch. Now that would make an 8-hour full day, and I think that would be accurate if you was in a Jeep or Toyota or something like that, where you're doing a slower pace with the side-by-sides and good suspension. It's not hard for us to considerably beat that time, and in fact we did this trail in an afternoon. Now also factor how much time you're going to want to spend at the falls is going to be part of that factor. So slower machines playing maybe a full day, you're in some fairly quick side-by-sides or dual sports or something, half a day is doable as well. Total miles to the falls or doing the falls section of the trail as a loop is around 7-ish from what I can tell. The Rattlesnake Gulch section, that's around 7-ish also. And if you're going to make a loop from the end of Rattlesnake Gulch back to that staging area, that's an additional about 6 miles there as well. Now, the next spot I'm going to show isn't that bad, but I could see it maybe getting a little bit more rough as more vehicles drive it, or if it got rutted out, something like that. If you did get up to this section and didn't feel comfortable, you're not that far away from the falls, you could just park and walk. I would be comfortable doing this with, again, a 4Runner or a Jeep, something like that, but just something to keep in mind. You're almost at the finish line if you get to that low point and you don't like it. Now today was a little bit on the cool side, but I've seen plenty of pictures and videos where people will go down and actually play in the falls or the little deeper spot, jump over into that. Of course, always use your discretion there, but this is definitely a cool spot to hang out, especially if it's a hot summer day like this is one of the perfect location. Even if it isn't hot and you don't want to play in the water, this spot is just definitely, it's breathtaking. Definitely enjoy it. Now once you get done hanging out at the falls, having lunch, taking pictures, if you're wanting to do the easier section, that's the down and back, this is where you're going to turn around and go back the way you came. Hopefully you did some type of tracking app. That way you can follow your tracks back to the easy section. Now if you do want to make a loop, that is where you're going to cross before the falls in this section. It wasn't too deep or anything crazy. Now this is the loop that gets to be a little bit more difficult in that 5 section that we were talking about and showing on the map here. And this is the section that you're going to want to run if you want to go and hit Rattlesnake Gulch as well.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb. I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up. Cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Rattlesnake Gorge, back to that point I told you, would you cut into Rattlesnake, or would you keep going, but you want to keep going down and get farther and ride the road back, right? That was the idea? Yeah.
So from this point forward, this is that red dash section that is Rattlesnake Gulch. Now, if you're new to the channel, we consistently do trails quite a bit spicier than this. Now, Desert is behind me in a Honda Pioneer 6-seater. He's got portals and 32s in this video. Now, a lot of people will see a Pioneer do something and assume it must not be that big a deal, and even certain machines will follow us down certain trails and not be happy about what we're riding. Now, the rest of this video, I'm going to show the obstacles, some of the tight spots, and the amazing backdrop scenery that this trail has to offer. If you're watching this video for trail info, I'm going to tab it, but I'm going to give a little bit of information of where this trail comes out and as far as doing loops. Enjoy.
just plain old Marshall to me.
Ooh yeah, girl, run that game.
Haley Jade, I love that name. Love that tattoo. What's that say? Rotten pieces. That's great.
First off, you don't know Marshall. Add also no bro partial. That's ammo for my arsenal. I slap you off that bar stool. There goes another lawsuit. Leave handprints all across you. Good loaded, loaded. You must be going off that water bottle. You want what you can't have. Ooh girl, let's do that.
Never know what kind of car I'll be in. We'll see how much you'll be partying in. You don't want that, neither do I don't wanna flip when I see you with guys. Too much pride between you and I. Not a jealous man, but females lie. But I guess that's just what sluts do. How could it ever be just us two? I never loved you enough. Maybe I'll love you one day. Maybe we'll someday grow. Till then, just sit your drunk ass on that fucking runway home. I know you feel me, baby. I think I'll want you too. I think I'll love you, baby. I think I'll love you too.
That's great.
First off, you know no Marshall. Add also no partial. That's ammo for
drop off was there. Like it could be 2 inches, it could be 2 feet. I don't know. we gotta go in reverse.
If you can't tell by the video, it's a lot of rocky water crossings and some steep elevation inclines along with some optional fun obstacles along the way. This comes out to La Verkin Shooting Range and Monocapi Trailhead. Now this would be a good pickup point or leave a vehicle to rotate if not street legal. If you are street legal, right on 9, then right on 17, that'll be Toquerville Boulevard, and right on Spring Drive to make a full loop back to the staging area. Now this is a little easy go by map snippet. Again, right on 9, right on 17, and then right on Spring Drive. If you're looking for an easy Google map to get you back on Spring Drive, the Springs Wedding and Events off of Spring Drive is an easy one to drop in the GPS. That'll get you back on the same road as the staging area, just run it up a little bit farther. Now if you did enjoy this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And until the next adventure, hope you have a good one.